Hello, 45 Alpha Charlie Papa Channel, and today we are going to take a look at the venerable Smith Wesson K frame revolver. Now, the K frame dates back all the way to 1899 until current production. They've been making the K frame for a long time in different variations: 22s, 38 specials, 357 magnums, several other cartridges along the way. Now, what we have here is a 5-screw C series M&P. This would have been very basic standard issue, very similar to what our soldiers would have carried in World War II. That would have been the V series. Those were the victory models. This would have been made, this one, serial number is 5 digits, which indicates it's made right around 1948, 1949. And the C series lasts until 1967. This one is a pre-Model 10 designation. Model 10, the designation didn't start until 1957. So some of these C series will be stamped Model 10. But, like I said, that didn't start until 1957. They made this till 69 when about 1 million of them were made. Then they went to the D series. I think they made a lot more D series than they made C series, so you'll find a lot more Ds than Cs. The other way you can tell that this is an early one is by the half moon sight here. They did change the sight over the production years. It's also sitting in a Kim Arns Coca-Cola set of grips. These were put on not too long ago. Unfortunately, Kim Arns no longer makes grips, and you can no longer get Coca-Cola grips because that is considered an endangered species now and can no longer be imported into the United States. So, yes, but these are an older grip. These are still legal to have, but a beautiful set of grips nonetheless. Now, this one is quintessential police revolver for the 50s, 60s, 70s. Very simple to operate. We are, gutter sight in the rear. This half moon fixed sight up front. This would have been in their, like I said, their military police line. So this would have been in their value line. This is not the K38 Masterpiece, which would have been basically the same frame, very similar barrel. A lot of times those would have, like a top rib here, adjustable sights, maybe recessed cylinders on some of those. Just because they're older doesn't mean they're going to have the recessed cylinder. This being a general duty gun, 38 special, their cylinders are not recessed in that, but we'll take a look at that in a little bit. Now, had this been a 357 Magnum, the cylinders definitely would have been recessed within this time. Another thing, the reason I acquired this gun for a short period, I borrowed this, is if you notice when I'm shooting, I'm using something a little different for a speed loader here. These are the K-clip from Zetasix. I've done a few reviews on these, so if you're interested in the K-clips or learning more about these, you can go to their website, Zetasix.you-know-what, or I'll put a link down below to my videos showing some of his other products. Really cool product, especially nice on some of these that have the bigger custom grips on it, where your regular speed loader may not load into them very well. Also, just kind of an alternate to the speed loader. They're not quite as fast, although these wouldn't be too bad if I wasn't using these semi wad cutter bullets. You can also nest them together, and they take about a little less room than one standard speed loader. So you can be carrying around 12 in your pocket instead of a couple of 6s. So there's that too. But these are really nice, so check them out. Let's take a little closer look at this firearm. Some of the work that was done to it, just some of the features and stuff on it. Then we will take a look down the bore, take a look at the crown. Like I said, this one was one that was probably shot little, worn a lot. It's showing a lot of rust freckles around the bluing here. Just indicates that it was carried quite a bit, but once we look in the bore, we'll see that maybe it wasn't shot that much. Well, let's take a little closer look. As we swing open the cylinder here, you can see that it is not recessed. It's 38 special. This would have been their value line, so no recessed cylinder there, but boy, that gun is really sexy looking. All right, we'll take a look at these Kimarn grips. This Coca-Cola, really pretty grip. If you can find a set of these used, I mean, they're really nice quality grips. And you've got that quintessential Smith & Wesson logo on the side here, and you can see a little bit of pitting right around that grip line. And we take a look at the standard barrel on this. Now, some of these may have had a bull barrel on them, but this is that standard Smith & Wesson barrel. You can see a little bit of the pitting going on the side of the barrel, especially down there by the crown. A little concerning, but we'll take a look at that with the bore scope. As we look at the top of the hammer here, the nice checkering done on that, the nice checkering done on the cylinder release, along with that rear gutter sight, fixed sight that's just so common with these Model 10s. And here we get a little look at the business end of this revolver. Beautiful lines, really beautiful revolver. Did I say that already? Maybe I have. The trigger's got a really nice texture to it, makes it a little anti-slip, especially if you're using it out in the field as a military or police might. You can also see that fifth screw sitting underneath the trigger guard on this revolver.
Take a look at the crown on this. We've got a little dipsy-do there. A little bit of corrosion that's followed its way onto the inside of the barrel. Not the greatest crown, but not horrible. Still looking pretty good there. Like I said, we had a little dipsy-do there. Let's kind of take a look at, get in here, look at the rifling a little bit. Nice sharp rifling still within the barrel. So the crown's a little, we got a little bit of a flaw there, but as you can see looking down the barrel here, the lines and grooves are really good, solid. You know, the bore on this is really not that bad, except for that little bit of dipsy-doos in the crown. You know, this is probably pretty typical of these Smith & Wessons, where it was carried aloft and shot very little.
And here we have the first 6 shots, double action out of this. Not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 over here. Just a little off, but like I said, those were my first 6 shots of the day out of this. 7 yards. I'd take that. And what we have in the middle here is just a compilation of several shots I was using while using the Zetasix speed loaders. Just doing mostly double action, but we still got a pretty good spread here at pretty good grouping here at 7 yards. Is it a tack driver? No, it's got some age to it, but it can still get the job done. It's still relatively accurate and a very fun firearm to shoot. And here we've got the next 6 shots. These were all shot single action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even better grouping than the double action, and shooting rather well. Man, she really looks good. One last glamour shot to this beautiful, beautiful revolver. Yeah, she's a little freckled and showing her age, but man, those lines are just unmistakable. So there you have it. The Smith & Wesson K frame C-Series 38 Special M&P. I know that's a big mouthful, but boy, it is a pleasure to shoot. Yeah, she's got little freckles around the crown, but as you saw in those photos, that they didn't affect the accuracy a whole lot. Still able to get the job done 72 years later. But anyway, this is 45 Alpha Charlie Papa channel, and I just thought I'd bring you out the K-frame Smith & Wesson. If you have an opportunity to pick one of these up at a great price, do it. They're solid revolvers. They're really simple mechanically. I know the old gunsmith picked this one up relatively inexpensive at auction because it didn't work. And the reason it didn't work is somebody put it back together wrong. But boy, he got a deal on this. Shoots really well. One of my favorites. I may have to see if I can't finagle this one out of him or really start looking for a nice K-frame revolver. This is 45 Alpha Charlie Papa channel. Happy shooting. Like and subscribe. If you got any other comments, please let's have a discussion down below. And I am out.